Today, we're architecting something incredibly specific and honestly, absolutely vital. We are laying out the blueprint for an AI-powered electronic health record system, an EHR, tailored perfectly for the unique, heavily data-driven complexities of rheumatology. So if you're looking to build software that actually transforms specialized medicine, you are absolutely in the right place. Today, we're going to build this system from the ground up. Think of it almost like the anatomy of the human body. From the nervous system all the way to the extended limbs, we're mapping out exactly how to engineer a solution that doctors desperately need.
Okay, let's dive right into this. Rheumatology is notoriously complex, right? The Rheumatology Cloud puts the mission perfectly. Less typing, clearer thinking, more connection. See, when doctors are just completely drowning in multivariable disease scores and endless joint exams, they simply cannot connect with the patient sitting right in front of them. It's a massive recipe for burnout. I mean, rheumatologists are spending countless hours just documenting detailed physical exams, calculating these complex inflammatory metrics, and managing lifelong chronic treatment plans. Fixing this administrative nightmare through smart, specialized EHR design, that isn't just a convenience anymore. It's an absolute necessity for better, more empathetic patient care. By building the right software, you aren't just writing code. You're literally buying back time for doctors to actually be doctors.
So here is our literal construction blueprint for today. We'll cover 1, the integration foundation, 2, automated workflows, 3, joint mapping and scoring, 4, longitudinal dashboards, 5, administrative automation, and finally 6, compliance and FDA. Let's start by building the nervous system. Section 1, integration foundation. And this brilliantly illustrates a fundamental architectural choice you're going to have to make on day 1 of development. You've got embedded AI, which uses Smart on Fire and HL7 standards in a shared data environment, versus bolted-on AI, which relies on standalone portals. For specialized rheumatology EHR, your software architecture absolutely must utilize embedded AI. If you just bolt an AI tool onto the side of an existing clunky legacy system, you're creating fragmented, frustrating manual workflows. You essentially end up forcing doctors to agonizingly double document patient histories across a bunch of different browser tabs and screens. The nervous system of your software needs to be fully integrated using standardized data models like Smart on Fire. This ensures true interoperability. Basically, it means the data flows effortlessly from the lab results straight into the AI engine and right into the patient's chart without a single redundant keystroke.
Moving on to the ears and eyes of the system. Section 2, automated scribes and workflows.
For the developers in the audience, chaining these specific AI agents together, this is where the real magic happens. Think of this process as the ears and eyes of our system. Step 1 is automated chart prep, where the system actually summarizes inbound CCDA records, synthesizing the past medical history before the patient even walks into the exam room. Step 2 is ambient listening, which automatically captures and structures that incredibly complex medical narrative, while the doctor just talks naturally to the patient. Then, Step 3 is E&M code validation, happening right there in the workflow. This is a massive revelation for health tech builders. You're seamlessly taking a patient from initial clinical insight generation directly to real-time CMS billing validation, all without breaking the doctor's focus. The daily efficiency you gain by executing this sequence flawlessly is absolutely staggering.
Now, what's really interesting here is the actual mechanic behind AI dictation tools, like the ones used by Heidi Health. We explicitly separate what to extract using square brackets, so for example, asking the AI to summarize the clinical history, from how to format it using circular brackets, where we specify the exact formatting for disease metrics like DAS28 or HAQ scores. Because, let's be real, large language models can get extremely messy if you just ask them to broadly write a clinical note. By explicitly separating the content extraction from the rigid, rules-based formatting, your AI scribe yields practically perfect, highly structured clinical notes every single time. It successfully turns what can be an unpredictable generative AI into a highly precise clinical instrument.
Time for the highly specialized interior design, Section 3, joint mapping and scoring. 90 to 96%. This incredible statistic comes from a landmark study of the Vera registry, and it highlights exactly how accurately clinical natural language processing can extract complex disease activity score 28, or DAS28 metrics, straight from unstructured clinical text. To give you some context on why this matters so much, a DAS28 score isn't just some simple number. It is a highly complex formula involving the exact count of 28 specific tender joints, 28 swollen joints, blood markers for inflammation like CRP or ESR, alongside a patient's overall global health assessment. Forcing a doctor to manually click through and calculate this every single visit, it's absolutely brutal.
By utilizing NLP to automate this tedious calculation with 90 to 96% accuracy, you're literally giving specialists hours of their lives back every single week, entirely eliminating the mental math.
So, the crucial point here is understanding the mechanism of an interactive joint homunculus. As a developer, you cannot just rely on a generic text box for physical exams. It just doesn't work for rheumatology. A visual, interactive joint homunculus translates a clinician's simple selection of tender and swollen joints on a digital body map directly into structured, calculable data. When a rheumatologist taps on a swollen left knee on the digital avatar, it isn't just saving a random text note, it's instantly feeding that specific structured data point right into those automated disease scoring algorithms we just talked about. It perfectly bridges the gap between the physical reality of the human body and the structured database required for modern medicine.
Let's shift to the memory of our system. Section 4, longitudinal dashboards. In rheumatology, a single snapshot in time just isn't enough to understand what's happening to a patient. Autoimmune diseases are chronic. They last a lifetime, so tracking variables over that lifetime is absolutely essential. We have to track the date, the DAS28 score, inflammatory labs like CRP and ESR, alongside the very specific DMARDs or biologics prescribed. By plotting these specific metrics side by side in a clean, visual dashboard matrix, your software helps rheumatologists easily spot those subtle trends. It allows them to accurately forecast disease activity and, most importantly, safely adjust incredibly powerful immunosuppressant treatments over time. You are building the memory center that empowers long-term, life-changing care. Moving right along. Section 5, Administrative Automation. Let's move to and see how this builds into the practice's daily operations, acting as the extended limbs of the clinic to handle all that heavy lifting of administration. First up, utilizing Image AI to recognize and route incoming faxes. Because yes, remarkably, in healthcare, faxes are somehow still absolutely everywhere. Automating this saves staff 1 to 3 minutes per document, which, trust me, adds up to weeks of saved time over a year. Second, integrating tools like Dialysara provides 24/7 AI call answering. This ensures that patients experiencing severe, painful flare-ups are triaged and prioritized instantly, rather than getting sent to some endless voicemail loop. Finally, integrating cutting-edge tech like the Mephisto system enables remote hand motion tracking to assess arthritis activity without the patient even needing an office visit. When you build these automations correctly, clinic overhead drops significantly and patient access to care just skyrockets. Finally, the immune system of our software. Section 6, Compliance and FDA Hurdles. Look, in healthcare tech, security is absolutely non-negotiable. You need strict HIPAA compliance and a fully executed business associate agreement. You need heavily encrypted data pathways both at rest and in transit. But most importantly, and this is a completely crucial insight for developers who are eager to use off-the-shelf AI, you need zero third-party model training. While large language models are completely transforming medical workflows, developers must rigorously wall off their tools. Patient data cannot ever be leaked or misused to train public AI models. The immune system of your software relies on complete, airtight data isolation. No exceptions. Which leaves us with one final, wide-open question. As of early 2025, there are 0 AI tools currently FDA-approved specifically for rheumatology clinical decision-making. So will your software be the first? While AI is currently mastering the administrative side and those scribe duties, the race to build true FDA-cleared diagnostic AI for this specific medical specialty is still completely wide open. It's a massive opportunity and honestly an incredible engineering challenge. I really hope this blueprint helps you go out there and build something revolutionary.